The man's been a boxing fan. Not much more I can say. There's not much more of a relationship. There is none.
In the world of pro boxing,
there's people online who think that you've undone your win by shouting out Daniel Kinahan. Well, why shout out Daniel Kinahan if he doesn't want to talk about Daniel Kinahan? There's people.
Any other question, please?
And even the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Any kind of relationship we did is over now?
That's none of your business and none of anybody else's business, I don't think, is it?
The gladiators that come before us to promote their bouts are not normally tight-lipped.
I'm just interested in why you're shouting out Daniel Kinahan.
If you can get me a question for my fight, please.
But when it comes to this man,
Daniel Joseph Kinahan was born in June 1977.
Nobody in the world of pro fighting is giving any information. Recently, Kinahan was hit with worldwide financial sanctions by the government in the United States. They are offering a $5 million bounty. As much as many fighters would prefer to stay away, reporters are asking questions of ties to the alleged crime boss. Here is Fury photographed with Kinahan on 2 separate occasions. An American state spokesman also warned that anyone in boxing who is still involved with Kinahan needs to cut all ties with him or risk being implicated in his activities. Kinahan has no criminal convictions and has always denied any wrongdoing. According to the U.S. Treasury, Kinahan and 6 of his associates are alleged to have smuggled drugs from South America to Europe as part of the powerful drug trafficking syndicate known as the Kinahan clan, among other things. Daniel Kinahan, who sources large quantities of, well, you see it in fine print, from South America, plays an integral part in organizing the supply of drugs in Ireland and is attempting to facilitate the importance of, you see it again, into the UK, according to a Treasury Department press release. Mr. Kinahan's role in the world of boxing caused an outcry in June last year when it emerged he had been working as a personal advisor to world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury ahead of a much-anticipated 200 million pound mega fight later this year with fellow British champ Anthony Joshua. Brian E. Nelson said, via the U.S. Treasury's press release, criminal groups like the KOCG prey on the most vulnerable in society and bring drug-related crime and violence, including murder, to the countries in which they operate. Treasury is proud to have coordinated so closely with our international counterparts, and the U.S. government will continue to use every available resource to dismantle these criminal networks. With Tyson, he gave a quote saying it had nothing to do with him. However, when he met the media, he threw out a false claim, stating, "I've never been sponsored by MTK ever." The Guardian wrote, when reminded that he used to be part of the MTK stable and had worn their logo, he responded bluntly, "That was from 2017 until 2020, 3 years, and that was it. Done. End of it." Today, MTK Global, the one reporter's question with Fury, ceased operations. It had been founded by Kinahan. Furthermore, this announcement comes one day after CEO Bob Yalen stepped down for personal reasons. As the Irish Post noted, Tyson Fury is one of the fighters signed to the company and faces a huge heavyweight fight against Dillian Whyte this weekend. Yalen, seen here, is in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. He had previously worked for ABC, ESPN, and the Olympics coverage on NBC Sports. MTK was previously known as MGM, named after former middleweight contender Matthew Macklin. The name change was part of a rebranding process per boxing scene. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman was also caught in the crosshairs between defending Kinahan and backtracking. Suleiman defended Kinahan robustly this month, wrote The Guardian, only to make a complete U-turn this week as he absorbed the shock of the U.S. sanctions against the exiled Irishman who is based in Dubai and continues to deny all wrongdoing. However, Suleiman was pressed by the media in regards to attending a boxing event in Dubai. They were photographed together. Thus, with the $5 million reward on Kinahan's head, Suleiman provided the following answer. "I made an innocent mistake due to absolute ignorance of the situation," he said. "In this way, I confirm that the WBC and all its members absolutely reject any action that is detrimental to human beings, and we will continue as always in total compliance with the laws of all countries in the world." If wondering what Kinahan's actual involvement was, as we turn to Sandra Vaughn, who held Yalen's position previously at MTK Global. Per Vaughn, she said that Kinahan advised fighters to sign management deals with MTK and operated as an independent advisor to some of their boxers. MTK also released a statement in 2020 that delighted in a new partnership between Kinahan and the Dubai-based KHK Sports, which had appointed him as its special advisor. This is a monumental move for KHK Sports and MTK Global. Both organizations have been making substantial waves in the international combat sports landscape, and combined, the sky is the limit in what they can achieve. The U.S. State Department has said Kinahan's organized crime group has interests in hard drugs and weapons, and according to a special criminal court in Ireland, specializes in execution-style murders, as Insider previously detailed. Irish Police Commissioner Drew Harris then told people in boxing that if they deal with Daniel Kinahan, they're involved in a criminal network. Two insider sources involved in the business side of the boxing industry who wish to remain anonymous, citing fear of Kinahan, alleged in 2020 that the accused gang lord bullied his way to the top of the sport. This morning, another big blow for him. According to the Financial Times, authorities in the UAE now say they are investigating the Kinahan crime gang along with officials in Ireland, the US, UK, and Spain. The asset freeze is reported to include all personal and corporate bank accounts. One person briefed on the matter in the UAE said.